The Mystery of the Yeast Beast. Fatima was a wonderful person who loved bright colors and laughing at the TV. She was 24 years old, used a wheelchair, and didn't use words to talk. But lately, something was wrong. Fatima had developed a huge, perplexing case of the grumps. The grumps made her daily behavior a tricky puzzle for her parents to solve. Just this morning, she refused her favorite soft, blue sweatshirt. She fussed and fidgeted and tilted her head sharply away until it was put away. 5 minutes later, she was perfectly happy wearing her other favorite, the green one. Why the sudden shift? Her mom, Gulsen, a former physics teacher, and her dad, Levent, a school principal, held a private family meeting. "We have to figure out the source of the grumps," Gulsen whispered, rubbing her forehead. "Fatima tells us things with her body and her moods, but lately, the clues aren't adding up." It reminded Gulsen of their gray tabby cat, Figaro. 5 years ago, Figaro would stalk around with his tail low, complaining loudly when he felt poorly. Figaro was easy, though. Once he coughed up a hairball, he was fine. Fatima's mysteries were always much bigger than a hairball. "Did she sleep well?" asked Levent. "Yes," said Gulsen. "Is her schedule off?" "No." "Did she see a spider?" Levent joked, knowing Fatima really disliked spiders. Gulsen sighed. "The grumpy clues are tiny, Levent. It's a slight discomfort we can't see, making her moods bounce around like a loose electron." Gulsen reviewed Fatima's recent care notes, flipping pages quickly. Her eyes landed on one line. "Wait," she exclaimed. "She finished that 10-day course of antibiotics for her sinus infection 3 days ago. That has to be it." Gulsen explained the chain reaction to Levent. Antibiotics are like tiny, strong soldiers. They killed the bad germs that caused her sinus infection. But they are not very careful soldiers. They also killed the helpful, friendly bacteria in her gut. When the good bacteria are gone, it leaves an empty space in the tummy, Gulsen continued, lowering her voice. And what creeps into that empty space? A microscopic, unwelcome guest we call the yeast beast. It grows too much and causes bloating and real tummy troubles. Gulsen immediately added probiotics to Fatima's yogurt and adjusted her diet to discourage the yeast beast from growing. It took 3 days of consistent care, but the tiny tummy ache started to fade. Soon, the grumps disappeared entirely. Fatima accepted her blue sweatshirt again, smiling wide and relaxed. The mystery was solved. Whether it's a person who can't use words, or a grumpy cat, sometimes a bad mood is just a physical problem asking to be noticed. And sometimes, you need a former physics teacher to connect the antibiotic dots.